All right, this is a raid. Everyone's under arrest.
Hi, darling. Connie Casserole.
It's Sunday morning on CBS. And here again is Jane Pauley.
The Boys in the Band was a 1970 movie based on a no-holds-barred play about gay life in a difficult time. Now the boys are back, on Broadway this time. And not a moment too soon, says the playwright, who's talking with Erin Moriarty of 48 Hours.
You've heard the phrase, good things come to those who wait? Well, Mart Crowley has waited half a century for this.
When did you first see Boys in the Band on the marquee of the Booth Theater here?
It was one day when it was pouring rain and I didn't care. It was just so great. I was getting soaking wet and I was standing outside looking at it with disbelief.
51 years after writing The Boys in the Band, Crowley's play has finally made it to Broadway with a star-studded cast.
That's Matt and Zach and Jim.
Jim Parsons.
Yeah.
None of this seemed remotely possible back in 1967, when Mart was a Hollywood screenwriter with lots of celebrity pals, but few prospects.
I had written and sold a screenplay to 20th Century Fox from my friend Natalie Wood, and then 2 weeks before shooting began, Darryl Zanuck pulled the plug on it.
At 31 years old, he had no work and no income, so he sat down at his typewriter.
And 5 weeks later, I had a play.
Did you have any idea of how controversial, how difficult it would be to get on the stage?
No, it had to be apparent to me, but I kept pushing that out of my head. I didn't want to stop writing.
It wasn't the plot that was the problem. It was the characters. 9 men, 8 of them gay, talking about their lives inside the closet at a birthday party set inside a New York apartment. The Boys in the Band was an act of rebellion for the gay playwright trying to survive in 1960s America.
There is a growing concern about homosexuals in society, about their increasing visibility.
This CBS documentary, anchored by Mike Wallace, aired the same year Crowley wrote The Boys in the Band.
We discovered that Americans consider homosexuality more harmful to society than adultery, abortion, or prostitution.
It certainly was a taboo. Historically, in American plays, there were always gay characters, but they always come to a bad end. It was not a good thing to be gay back then and to be out about it all. That was just not done.
But with nothing left to lose, Mart Crowley let loose and wrote about a world theatergoers had never seen.
You decided to put it right out there.
I did.
For gays, straights, for everyone.
Yeah, it was just this wonderful creative urge that I had, and I was just like a time bomb.
A time bomb fueled by long simmering anger.
Anger from all sides, the way the world treated gays and from the way show business was treating Mart. I was up to here.
Crowley's characters were also angry, so it's no surprise that he struggled to find producers, actors, or even an agent to stage his play.
The woman agent said to me, "This is an outrageous play. I cannot send it out of this office with our letterhead on it." And I almost collapsed into tears right there because I thought this is really the end of the line.
Still, in January 1968, The Boys in the Band finally had its first audience in a tiny theater downtown. The response?
Well, the next morning, there was a line around the block.
It was a hit. The play moved to a bigger theater, ran for 1,001 performances, and was made into a movie. Mart Crowley's career was back on track.
This play, in a way, saved you.
It did. Oh, God, yes.
Crowley returned to Hollywood. He became head writer for the popular TV show Heart to Heart. But things got complicated for his play. 14 months after its off-Broadway premiere, a series of violent demonstrations, known as the Stonewall Riots, began the push for gay rights, and activists felt The Boys in the Band was on the wrong side of history. They were offended by the way Crowley presented his characters as wounded and self-loathing.
What I am, Michael, is a 32-year-old, ugly, pockmarked Jew fairy.
And not above turning on each other.
Who would want to go to bed with a flaming little sissy like you?
Michael.
Who'd make a pass at you? I'll tell you who. Nobody.
They thought that it showed the characters in a negative light. There was a lot of self-hatred going on, and they wanted pride, which became the word, out and proud.
Have you heard the term closet queen? You know what that means? Do you know what it means to be in the closet?
Don't, Michael. It won't help to explain what it means.
There was a kind of boosterism spirit that was in the air. Why don't you write something that's positive about the gay experience and about gay people? Well, there wasn't anything positive when I wrote the play.
Like a lot of gay men in my generation, I had a very complicated response to the play.
Yet, acclaimed actor-director Joe Mantello agreed to direct the play for its 50th anniversary and bring it to Broadway.
Like any good play, it exposes things that might embarrass us as gay men. But it also gets at the truth of something as well, and I think that's why it's lasted for 50 years.
As for the actors, this time around,
Any of you feel you're taking a risk, taking on these roles?
I'll be performing live every night. What if I vomit on myself? No, I mean, other than that, no, I really don't.
oh, have times changed? One of TV's highest paid actors, Jim Parsons from The Big Bang Theory, has a starring role, joined by a veteran cast of performers. Zachary, Quinto.
This is a cast of entirely openly gay, successful, accomplished actors, and that's certainly different than it was 50 years ago. But if you look at what we're up against legislatively and ideologically, is it that much different? I don't know.
Only one cast member was even alive when The Boys in the Band was first staged, Tuck Watkins.
And at 50 years old, I'm about twice as old as the youngest cast member. But I would guess that I've got twice as many fears about what it means to be gay. If I have twice as many fears as the youngest guy in the cast, it's because we're standing on the shoulders of giants.
Matt Bomer.
So I think it's important to look back and see that this cast can do this play now because of how far we've come.
And Michael Benjamin Washington says it all began with one angry man, Mart Crowley.
He opened a door to the mainstream population that gay men did exist and were complicated and that were flawed.
Oh, I think there's no question he'll be remembered. He will always be the first. He will always be that pioneer who did it. You can never take that away from him.